Alright, hey guys, this is Alex Choi, and thanks for watching the RMP channel. This is going to be the first video of the 3-part series that I mentioned in the previous video, so if you guys haven't seen that, go back and check it out. This whole series will be about macronutrients, just taking our macronutrients one step further than simple numbers. And the first video will be everybody's favorite, what is a carb? Just to review, the series will be about the macros. So what is a carb? The next video will be what is a fat, and the last video will be what is a protein. Once again, I just hope that through this we can fully understand what we're putting in our bodies, because that's the most important thing. A definition provided by the National Academy of Sports Medicine reads, neutral compounds of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, such as sugars, starches, and celluloses, which make up a large portion of animal foods. Now, that's not that clear of a definition, but let's break it down. So carbs can be seen as simple carbs or complex carbs. And a lot of people hear the, complex carbs are better and so on and so forth, but you might not know what it is. But just to make it clear, it's verbatim what it sounds like. It's just its molecular structure. So simple carbs are simple in its molecular structure. So 1 to 2 sugar units. Nothing complicated. Easily digested by your body. 1 sugar unit will be called a monosaccharide. And monosaccharides can be found in things like glucose, which is just blood sugar, galactose, and fructose, which is just fruit sugar. So these things are very easily absorbed and digested by the body. If we take it 1 unit further to 2 sugar units, that'll be called a disaccharide. And a disaccharide can be found in sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Sucrose is just the common sugar, lactose, milk sugar, and maltose can be found in like beer. So just to reiterate, I just hope that throughout these videos that you can take a few things out of it, something that you didn't know before. Moving on to complex carbs. Complex simply means it's complex in its molecular structure. It has multiple chains. For example, polysaccharides that has more than 10 chains of monosaccharides. And polysaccharides, you can split it into 2 things. Complex carbs split up into 2 things: starch and fiber. That's what it's most commonly known for. Starch is the storage form of carbohydrates in plants. And basically, starch can be digested, but not as easily as simple carbs. It will be digested into glucose, but it just takes a little bit more time. But in the end, it will be digested. But if you look on the other hand, fiber will not be digested by the human gut. Rather, it will be used as food for your gut, which we all kind of know means one thing, and that's fecal matter. Poop, to say the least. This is still a lot. I hope I'm not just shoving stuff down your guys' throat, but all you need to know is that whether it's a simple carb or a complex carb, it is broken down into sugar, glucose, in our bloodstreams. And that's, one of the big things that you need to know. That's what carbs do. It's broken down into glucose, and that fuels our brain, our nervous system, and our muscles. And you can see that it's used up by a lot of different things and a lot of different parts in the human body. That's why we have this constant desire and craving for more. Because it's so easily and quickly depleted, our body craves more and more. Hashtag I love carbs. This isn't the most accurate or scientific drawing, but just to give you guys an image, when you digest carbs and it's broken down into glucose and there's an excess of blood levels in our bloodstream, then insulin, a hormone insulin, will be released and take some of that excess sugar into our muscles to fuel our workouts and into our liver to be further processed. Hope you guys are enjoying the video so far and that you guys are trying to learn something new, just to supplement the knowledge that you guys already have. Now that we know kind of in a basic level what carbs are, let's go into why we need carbs. Once again, knowledge is power. The more you know, the better off you'll be. Reason number one is very simple. It's like I said before, it's fuel, it's energy. It is the ideal source, it is the preferred source and the perfect source of energy for our bodies. And it's not just us, it's not just us that loves the carbs, it's our bodies as well. So that is a huge reason. A lot of people lack a lot of energy. There you go, we need more carbs. Part two is simple. It's just that parts of our CNS, our central nervous system, rely only on carbs. There are certain things that fats and proteins can't satisfy for our bodies. And simple as that. That's reason number two for why we need carbs. Reason number three is that it allows fats and proteins to be efficiently and effectively used. What that means is that if carbs are too low, then protein, amino acids will be broken down into glucose for energy, which means muscle loss and no gains. Fats, on the other hand, they need more carbs to be completely digested. If they're not completely digested, it causes the body to become more acidic and dehydrated. Reason number four is fiber, which is mostly found in complex carbs, but that lowers cholesterol, prevents constipation, and regulates body's absorption of glucose, which is very important for diabetics. There's a lot of health benefits. It's just lower risk of strokes, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and different types of cancers. Now, where can we find these carbs, right? I'm going to break it up into good carbs versus bad carbs. Good carbs can be found in things like legumes, which are high in minerals, low in fat, and good protein. Legumes are chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. You can find good carbs in whole grains like brown rice, vegetables, fruits. But fruits are very high in sugar, so you should limit the daily intake because you don't want to raise your blood levels too much. And bad carbs, I think we all know, refined grains like white rice, white flour, white bread, alcohol, candy. White sugar is just empty calories. Soda. Now that you kind of know what it is, why we need it, and where it comes from, how much do we need? The recommended daily intake is 2.7 to 4.5 grams per body pound. And that will turn out to be like 45 to 65% of your daily caloric intake. Another good way to eat your carbs is to have it around your workouts so that it's being used completely. So 2 to 4 hours before, you're going to want to have some carbs to fuel your workout. And during, this is for if you're an endurance athlete, like a marathon runner, then you're going to need to constantly be fueling your body to maintain glucose levels to finish your workout nice and strong. After your workouts, this is the window of gains. This is when you want to have carbs like 30 minutes after just to maximize recovery. Now, a myth that I'm going to address today is that carbs are bad, that carbs make me fat, that carbohydrates are evil when I'm trying to lose weight. But that's not true. Something that you guys need to know is that in excess of any nutrient intake will just be stored as fat by your body. That's how your body works. It takes the levels that it needs. Excess intake means gaining weight. So when you're thinking about losing weight, it's about moving more than you're taking in. If you're taking in more energy and not putting out enough, then it's just going to be stored as fat. So that is that with that myth. Another healthier advice or tip, something like that, would be to choose carbohydrates that are low in glycemic index. Glycemic index is the rate at which carbs raise blood sugar and the effect on insulin release. Some examples of low GI complex carbs are high fiber, things with high fiber, and basically overall, complex carbs just have an overall higher nutritional value. And that's, something that we should look for into our diets. If you liked what you saw and maybe you picked up a few things from here and there, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. I would deeply appreciate it. I hope you guys were able to learn more about carbohydrates in this video. The next video will talk about what is a fat. Once again, power is knowledge. The more you know, the better off you'll be. Remember, the old has gone, the new has come. Be remade.